Welcome to the Mystery Vault. Imagine this: a silent aircraft moves across the sky. No wings, no visible engines, no exhaust trail. It doesn't fly, it levitates. It doesn't take off, it appears. It accelerates from 0 to thousands of miles per hour, with no sound, no heat signature, no sonic boom. And then, without warning, it vanishes. For decades, governments have dismissed these sightings as mistakes, illusions, or misidentified military planes. But thousands of eyewitnesses, from commercial pilots and radar operators to astronomers and classified aerospace engineers, insist otherwise. They all describe the same impossible craft, a jet-black triangular object. Silent, massive, and terrifyingly fast. Tonight, we open a file they never wanted the public to see. A project buried so deep in classified archives that even members of Congress are denied access. Its codename is Aurora. The first whispers surfaced in the late 1980s, when seismic sensors in Norway detected unexplained sonic vibrations, far stronger than any aircraft known to man. At the same time, satellites tracked strange contrails spiraling above Nevada, moving at speeds rivaling low-orbit spacecraft. And then, almost overnight, the sightings changed. No more thunderous booms, no more roaring engines. Instead, a chilling new signature, a low-frequency hum, like a distant earthquake. Researchers believed they had uncovered something revolutionary, technology that defied aerodynamics entirely. A propulsion system not based on fuel, but gravity manipulation. Former defense analysts claimed an entire aerospace program was created to develop it, funded off the books, protected behind shell corporations, and buried inside the darkest corners of the U.S. defense industry. But every attempt to investigate ended the same way: denials, redactions, missing documents, and national security restrictions. And yet, Aurora keeps appearing. Witnessed near Groom Lake, spotted above the Pacific, tracked briefly over Antarctica, before radar systems mysteriously failed. If this craft truly exists, it is not just another military prototype. It represents a leap in physics so massive it could rewrite human civilization. But where did this technology come from? A breakthrough from classified research labs? Recovered foreign technology? Or something even more unsettling? Something not made by us? And as we continue, one disturbing question grows louder. If Aurora isn't a myth, why is the government so desperate to pretend it doesn't exist? The first documented sighting of Aurora didn't come from conspiracy theorists, YouTubers, or anonymous internet posts. It came from someone the government could not easily silence, an Air Force pilot with top-level clearance. On March 12, 1993, Captain Daniel Rhodes was flying a routine training mission over the North Sea. Weather was clear, visibility perfect, no unusual radar activity. Then, at 2:17 a.m., something impossible appeared beneath his aircraft, hovering 40,000 feet above the water. It was triangular, matte black, sharp-edged, and completely still, like a floating shadow carved out of the sky. Rhodes later described it as technology we shouldn't have for another 500 years. But it wasn't the shape that terrified him, it was the silence. No turbulence, no heat distortion, not even a reflection from the moonlit ocean. Rhodes initiated radio contact. No response. He attempted evasive maneuvers. The object instantly matched his movement, without acceleration, like it was predicting him. When he climbed, it climbed. When he descended, it hovered inches above him. Then the craft emitted a deep, pulsing vibration, felt more in the chest than heard. His cockpit instruments went dark. Communications died. Radar froze. Even the emergency backup systems failed. Seconds later, Aurora moved, not forward, not upward. It rotated, without banking, without thrust, and then vanished into the stratosphere faster than any known aircraft could physically survive. Rhodes estimated the acceleration exceeded 20,000 miles per hour. Before he could process what he'd seen, his radio suddenly returned, along with a stern command: "Return to base, immediately." The moment Rhodes landed, military police escorted him off the runway. His jet was taken away for technical inspection. He was interrogated for 9 hours, not questioned, corrected. Officials told him he'd seen classified missile drills. They insisted no unidentified craft was present. They claimed his radar malfunctioned, but Rhodes knew what he saw, and he wasn't the only one. 3 commercial pilots reported the same object that night. A Scottish fisherman captured its reflection in the waves. Civilian radar stations detected a gravity distortion moving faster than satellites. Within 48 hours, all reports disappeared. Newspapers pulled articles, phone records were deleted, witnesses were instructed to forget. Captain Rhodes was reassigned to a desk job. 6 months later, he retired without explanation. In his final interview, he said, "Aurora isn't a weapon, it's a message. But a message from whom?" Because leaked aerospace documents reveal something even more disturbing. Aurora may not be powered by human engineering at all, but by reverse-engineered technology recovered decades earlier. And if that's true, the government isn't hiding a plane, they're hiding contact. For decades, Aurora was dismissed as rumor, an aviation myth whispered among pilots and night shift radar operators. But everything changed in 2017, when a classified aerospace document leaked from Groom Lake, better known as Area 51. The document referenced a propulsion system labeled LPM-7, Lensed Pulsar Manipulation. Translation, a craft that doesn't fly through the air, but bends space around itself. This wasn't aerodynamics, this was gravitational engineering. According to the leak, Aurora uses a black matte ceramic alloy embedded with superconductive channels, allowing the craft to generate a toroidal electromagnetic field around its hull. That field compresses space in front of it and expands space behind it. It doesn't travel faster than sound. It erases distance. No sonic boom, no fuel exhaust. No heat signature detectable by satellite scans. It simply slips between points, like a stone skipping across the fabric of reality. That technology shouldn't exist. Not with current physics, not with current materials, not with current human knowledge. And that's exactly what terrified Dr. Ezra Klein. Klein wasn't a conspiracy theorist. He was a propulsion engineer contracted by the Department of Defense, specializing in black-budget aerospace development. In 2019, he anonymously contacted investigative journalist Mara Ellison and sent her encrypted files, technical diagrams, lab notes, flight logs. One note stood out: "We didn't invent this. We're learning to imitate it, not from Earth." The object was allegedly discovered buried in ice beneath a remote Canadian valley, surrounded by metallic fragments that appeared melted, not broken. He also revealed something darker. Aurora wasn't built for defense. It was built for escape. Humanity, he warned, might soon need another sky. 3 days after sending his final file, Dr. Klein vanished. His home was left untouched. His vehicles remained parked. His bank accounts were never accessed again. The official report claimed he relocated for personal reasons. Ellison didn't believe it. Neither did anyone who read his final message. When Aurora takes flight publicly, it won't be a test. It will be a departure. But departure from what? That answer lies in a sealed Pentagon briefing, one that predicts a global event in the early 2030s and names Aurora as Phase 1. The Pentagon briefing that references Aurora is not science fiction, rumor, or internet folklore. It exists, confirmed by 3 independent defense consultants who saw portions of it before being silenced by non-disclosure orders. The briefing outlines a classified contingency plan titled Continuity Beyond, Phase 1, Atmospheric Extraction. In simple terms, evacuation. Not of the entire planet, just a selected few. According to the leaked summary, Aurora was never intended to be deployed in war, used as a surveillance craft, or paraded as a technological triumph. It was created as an ark, a lifeboat disguised as a weapon. But a lifeboat for what? A section of the document, heavily redacted, references a future geophysical destabilization event, predicted to occur sometime between 2031 and 2037. No explanation, no details, just a chilling statement. Terrestrial survival probability, less than 38%. That was enough to justify Aurora's existence. Government insiders claim multiple Aurora crafts already exist, hidden beneath aerospace hangars in Nevada, Utah, and the Australian outback, each capable of silently transporting dozens of people off-world. Not into space as we currently understand it, but into folded transit beyond Earth's gravitational boundary, which raises the question, where would they go? Dr. Klein's leaked documents reference two possibilities. 1. A habitable exoplanet already identified. 2. A safe zone in near-Earth orbit created through gravitational lensing. Both imply knowledge of physics and destinations far beyond public science. But the most unsettling revelation doesn't involve the technology, it involves the passengers. Aurora was allegedly designed to carry high-ranking officials, genetic specialists, artificial intelligence engineers, cultural and religious continuity representatives, and a final category, labeled only as observers. Nowhere in the document is the general population mentioned. If true, Aurora isn't humanity's hope, it's the elite's escape plan, and the silence makes sense. Because the moment the world learns there's a ship capable of leaving Earth, panic becomes uncontrollable, so the government denies Aurora exists. They mock witnesses, they bury evidence, and they wait, but the sky won't stay silent forever. Satellite footage, pilot reports, and leaked flight signatures suggest test flights are increasing, especially at night, as if the countdown has already begun. And when the day arrives, when a silent black triangle rises above the clouds and doesn't return, the truth will no longer be deniable. Aurora was real, and it was never meant for us. Subscribe to At the Mystery Vault 777, because the world deserves to know what's coming and who's already preparing to leave.